round and round he goes. When will he start? Nobody knows. He's hiding. He's hiding in the metaphorical cupboard. Right. Get these plugged in. Okie doke. Oh my goodness, dirty glasses. Dirty, dirty. Right, let's sort that out. Oh, I can't see the screen now. Ah, right. Hello. Hi. How is everyone? Oh, coffee. Let's not forget that. Right. Have we got everything? Have we got everything? Put that on there. Tablet, stylus. Photoshop. Yep. Good. Yep. Yep. Yeah, no, don't forget the coffee. Still decaf though. Still decaf. It's like, I don't know, weeks now. I've forgotten how long. Way better. Cool. Caffeine. Ugh, awful stuff. Right. So we're going to have a crack at doing a mascot logo today. And this isn't something that I do at all. Very much out of my comfort zone. These typically have like a lot of character, a lot of personality to them. I think my logo style is more clean, minimal, probably not like always corporate, but it's a bit more clean, professional, you know, minimal geometric shapes rather than like conveying like badass characteristics. And this was really inspired by someone from our community called Andrea, who is there laughing at me. Yeah, she's laughing at me. Okay, great. Who did like an amazing wolf recently, and it just looked flipping awesome. The illustration from the sketch to the different iterations to the final version was just flipping brilliant. And I like wolves. I got 3 wolf tattoos on me. I flipping love them, and I thought, do you know what? I'm gonna have a go at doing something similar. Not the same sort of thing, but doing that kind of illustrative mascot style. And yeah, no, she's there laughing. Yeah. I'm being nice. And she's like, ha. Is that what I said to you, Andrea? That you'll be fine? Yeah, did I say something like that? Are you quoting me back to me now? Is this a bit like, go on then, have that, Ginger? Yeah, okay. Never mind. I mean, what goes around comes around, eh? Oh, dearie dear. Right, so I've pulled this together in Firefly boards. So I've just got a few ideas. So this is kind of the main one that I'm really drawn to. It's very like symmetrical, which is what I'm going for. We're not going to attempt bodies and legs, goodness no. But we're going to focus more on the face. And this is definitely outside of my wheelhouse. But then again, saying that, I used to, like when I first started using Illustrator, I was doing illustration before graphic design, like during college. So I have done loads of illustration, but it's just something I don't do these days. So, or I do, but it's like usually more clean, professional, rather than like a, you know, a sick illustration. So I've got a few references here. This is going to really help me with how to represent fur in particular, maybe some of the proportions. I've kind of kept, oh, what's this? Oh, goodness, no, go away. I've kept the references of the sort of vector versions to a minimum because I don't want to subconsciously just recreate one of these. And what I want mine to be a bit less detailed. Icons are a really good way as well. Like if you're new to mascot design or just designing characters or even living things and you're not very good at it, like I don't think I am, but you know, some people think I can draw, but I don't. Icons are always a good way to go because icons will strip out all the other detail and they'll represent something in its simplest form. So that's why these are on the board. But even just, I might even just use these for the shape of the eye or the shape of the nose. This one here is a bit too over the top, but it's got teeth, so I might use the teeth. It's got the eyes and the expression. I like this. This one's not front on, but I like the style. It's much more angular. So it's more for me about some of the features and the fur. And this one, yeah, a good representation of teeth. So I'm not entirely sure where this is going to go, actually. Oh, we got the Witcher one as well, because that's just, why not? We are stepping into the unknown a bit here, but, you know, why not? Copy as PNG. Right, this is the one I like the most. So I'm going to sort of start by tracing over a photo. And this can be a pretty good starting point. Shrink it down a bit. We'll strip out the color. God, he looks a bit angry, doesn't he? Oh, I've not got any music on. Oh no. Looks good as a start. I mean, that's very kind of you. We haven't done anything yet. You've pasted a photo in. Well done, Dan. God, I should probably have a break now, shouldn't I? Right, I need some music, actually. Dang, no music. Oh, Poppy has arrived. Right. Okay. Yeah, you could do this with the pencil, but I'm not going to trace this with the pencil. We're going to start sketching first. This is one of those areas where I feel like I need to work on more. So, you know, we're just going to throw ourselves, or I'm going to throw myself into that, the thing that I find harder. So we've got wolf here. We'll call that reference. But something I like to do as well is to simplify this down. So if we kind of bring up the shadows and the highlights, we're going to remove the gray. We want to find a balance where this still clearly looks like a wolf, but has less gray. So you can see down here, we've got the mouth, the teeth, the nose, these eye details in particular. So making it like ultra contrasty effectively retains a lot of the key details that we need to keep to make it look like a wolf. I mean, it's not an exact science or anything, but this is more useful to me than that. At least for the first part. So we'll call that reference contrast. At least we've got both of them. And then we'll drop that down to like 20%. Lock the layer, make a new one. And then this is where the sketchiness begins. So we'll start with, oh, actually, no, hang on. One thing I forgot, we're going to turn on symmetry mode. So we're going to go vertical. Let's move this over here because the whole thing is vertical. It's similar to a lot of mascots, actually. A lot of them, you'll get them in this vertical style, symmetrical style. So now when we draw on one side, it draws on both. Right. Let's just move that. Hopefully you can still hear me. I'm just sort of leaning over the pen display. So let's go a little bit lighter. And we'll just start loosely sketching in some of the shapes. Now we're going to copy this pretty closely, and what I hope is going to happen is that as this progresses, we will evolve it naturally, and a style, I've kind of got a rough idea of the style in mind, will start to evolve. So at least doing this, we're getting the proportions right. Boom. And then we got this, I don't know what this is, this little, we'll call it eyeliner. Eyeliner for wolves. And honestly, don't worry about it. Like when I do this stuff, when I start doing this, I've tried it a little bit before. I had a little warm up before the stream just to sort of see if it was possible. And mine usually start off looking crap. You know? You can always turn this off. It's very Joker-esque, isn't it? Right, so then this, what have we got here? We got like a... These details seem pretty prominent, actually, and I think the eyes are going to be quite important. And then this part of the mouth. So yeah, obviously where I've gone hyper contrast, I've lost some of the face structure. So we'll go back to the other reference image. And then got to think about his face, the actual shape of the face. And then he'd have his, I was going to say snout, his nose. It's so hard to try and represent depth. So already you can see we're sort of starting to deviate, using this quite literally as a reference, as a guide. So we stagger blindly into the unknown. And we need to have the ear like this. So this is going to be the inside of the ear. See the fur here. Those reference images are going to come in handy for that. With a wolf as well, you've almost got like two different layers. You sort of got the behind fur, and then you got the in front fur. So let's just try and get the sort of shape right, maybe. Oh, that's quite good. Yeah, so we're not worried about the fur. Make it a bit flatter. Just trying to get the right sort of shape and proportions. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's not as bad as I thought. But this time we'll get rid of... No? This bit here, I think, needs some sort of connection. Whether we cut it completely, like do a line all the way through or not, I'm not sure. Yes, I'm using a pen display. No, not a cute mascot, Raquel. I mean, we could try cutesy next time. We're going for a slightly more badass here. These are so hard. The eyes, I find eyes so difficult. If you remember the other stream where I drew something, what was it, a face? I really struggled with eyes. And this is where those reference images will be very handy. So this one here, he's got the... Yeah, so you see on these two, you can identify that same sort of shape. So it's definitely like kind of around the outside of the eye. And it sort of curves off. So there is definitely that sort of shape that comes through. Let's just... And normally I would just stick to sketching, but I'm going to sketch in some black here because this is going to really help me visualize whether it's looking good or not. I know this is definitely going to be solid black in the final version, and we'll black the pupil as well. You see the difference. The eyes are so easy to get wrong. The nose, he's sort of got the nose scrunched up here. Yeah, so he's got these little scrunchy marks there. These ones don't. So I suppose if, yeah, same on this one. So we're identifying similar things between them. So he's baring his teeth. So he's going to have some little scrunchies, little scrunchy bits. Not sure how many we do. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the references off for a minute, so I can actually start to see my design a bit more. I'm going to try making these a bit more angular. And then get rid of bits as well. You see, if you get rid of certain bits, it can look really weird. And that's a good indicator that you might want to keep that. What are we doing proportion wise? Okay, so let's try and lay in some fur. So what's a good... This is the right sort of amount, I think. So we'll copy that one in. I can just plonk it as a... Whoops. There we go. So we'll use that as a reference. In fact, I love the sort of shape of this. Kind of like a leaf shape overall. So it sort of comes to a point at the bottom. Come up. And then, yeah. So this is what I do wrong all the time. A lot of these go the same direction. So it's Sonic the Hedgehog style. Whereas I have a tendency to try and mix some of them up, which you can do, but you can end up doing this, which is a bit more like a spine than a bit of fur. Just something I've noticed that I've done before. So, and do they get bigger? They kind of start smaller at the top and smaller at the bottom. So maybe we do a nice big one there. And then a few smaller ones as we connect it up to the ear. Let's get rid of some of these lines. And ears. Yeah, the ear size is good. Is the head too big? I feel like I want to... Oh, I know. It's a bit too round. I think I want it... Yeah, it'll be like flatter with a little tufty bit there. And some of these ones as well. Depends on the style we go for, but you can just bring them in a little bit. And it can add like a nice sort of layered look. So rather than just doing this, you just extend them a little bit. I'm talking about like I know what I'm doing. This is just, I don't. I'm just talking about it from like what I've observed from the little experience that I have. So we keep that bit there. This is all. This is going to have to be thicker, isn't it? Whatever this flipping thing is, this giant eyebrow-like thing. And I think as we start to sort of black in some of the line work and thicken up bits, it's going to look a bit better. So let's try curving that round. Maybe we change that and we do something like that, a bit more snarly. And for the inside of the gums, do we do a tongue? That's not how a tongue would look. No, the tongue would be like that, wouldn't it? Inside, or like an edge to the gums. A wolf dog. This is got like a, yeah, this is that inner bit I love this as well. This sort of his main body fur here. Oh, I can't draw. Hang on, there we go. This is kind of separate from the white bit, and I really do like that. So how could we incorporate something into mine? So this bit here, the white fur, would connect to the bottom of his jaw. He's obviously snarling here, so it's probably going to start down there. If we try this, it might even work. And it connects up to around the eye. Yeah, which means I might need to bring some of this lower. But let's just try. Yeah, we could actually connect that to... Maybe not the bottom of the jaw. Maybe this part of the mouth. Anyway, let's hide this one because I don't want to lean on that too much. His head looks really big. And I think the furry style, I need a bit of that on the ear as well. So how could we do that? It's all symmetrical at the minute. We can make it asymmetrical if we want to have like hair in different places. It's just choosing where to put the little tufty bits. Maybe there. Nah, it's a bit too much. Maybe on the inside, actually. Or the outside. Let's refine some of the teeth a little bit. I'm not sure about the tongue. Do we do that? Or do we just have the mouth? I really want to kind of do it so half is in shadow as well. So this half is light, this half is dark. Love that style. It's hard trying to imagine what you actually see. No, you definitely need that bit on the eye. Let's refine some of this outer bit as well, actually. Let's bring it a bit lower. Not that low. Yeah, I think I like it pointier like that. Let's just get some of these curves a bit better, I think. And if you are having a go at this yourself, honestly, just don't be too hard on yourself. If anything, hopefully this will turn out semi-okay. And, you know, if any of you are new to this sort of stuff, give you some hope that it is possible. And I'm pretty confident, actually. Whatever I do here in the next hour or so, however long it ends up being, I think after I've refined it off stream, I think I should be able to get it to a place where it's pretty decent. I think it just depends how much time I put into it. This one's a bit thick. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just switching between the brush tool and the eraser tool. E and B on the keyboard. MacBook Pro. M2. Yeah, go for it. Ask away if you've got any questions. I will try and help as best I can. Let's thicken up this one as well. I think some of these details, I need to make them a bit more prominent. It's knowing where to connect and disconnect certain bits as well. Like this bit. It needs to sort of flow around a bit more, like some of these curves. Oh, I don't like the head. What is it up here that I don't like? Again, let's go back to the references. There's something I'm not liking. And I can, yeah, just instantly see what it is. This is so helpful. Instantly, like, just, I can see that they've got like a continuation of hair, continuation of hair, continuation of hair. And mine just looks a bit empty. I quite like this detail as well, actually. He's really... My eyes don't look snarly enough. So you can see on these ones, they've got a flatter top to them. It's almost like got some kind of crazy eyebrows there. So instead of the eyes being like that, maybe they should be more like this. I wonder if we could add some detail up here. Bring it around there instead. And then the eyes. Let's flatten that. And then there we go. Looks a little bit more, well, moderately annoyed. Moderate annoyance. And I think I'm going to take this a bit tighter as well. Yes. Way better. Bring that tapering in a bit more. A little bit more curvature. I'm a more introverted person, so I don't love talking a lot. I really connect through design and visual identity. They loved my work and never gave negative feedback, but it seems I was rejected. Rejected in what way? There's nothing wrong with being an introvert. I think I'm uh I think I'm technically both. I hate labels, but I think it's called an ambivert. Where you are an introvert, but you can also be very extroverted in the right circumstances. Oh, sorry, I missed the first part of your message. Oh, that's amazing. I'm glad to have helped. I want your advice. I submitted a case study and interviewed with a big company. They love my work and portfolio, but I was rejected because someone had a stronger case presentation. Are interviews really that important? Yes, they are crucial. Stronger case presentation. A line near the bottom of the ears. Yeah, here or something. Good shout. Thank you, Gaurav. Yeah, so okay. When um when it comes to interviews, you've got to you don't have to be talkative, but you have to project confidence. So you can still be you can quietly project confidence, and there's so much you could dig into, but I would definitely start watching videos on building confidence in YouTube. If you're more introverted, like at the end of the day, if you're a very introverted, quiet person, that's totally fine. You can be introverted and you can be quiet, and nothing wrong with that. Once you got the job, you gotta get your foot in the door. And unfortunately, when it comes to interviews, you know, if like just being completely honest, if you're interviewing and sometimes you're not very talkative or you're not very confident or it's quite hard to get a conversation out of you, those sorts of things could make an interviewer feel uncomfortable. And if you make an interviewer feel uncomfortable, the chance of them hiring you for the position goes down. That's just the reality of it. But the good news is that you can learn confidence. Like I always remember my mum told me a story years ago about how I think my dad wasn't very good at interviewing, and so they practiced and role played. And my mum's great at interviewing, and so she role played with him to help him get better at interviewing, and practiced over and over again what to say, what not to say. Um, and I never used to be that great at conversation either. Like I wouldn't say I'm an absolute social butterfly, but I'm pretty good at holding a conversation. There's a lot of things you can learn when it comes to conversation, like the art of conversation. Like it is an art, but there's a bunch of things you can have in your back pocket. So like ask open questions. Don't ask yes or no questions. They're closed questions and it doesn't elicit any response beyond yes or no. I know in an interview you're not the one really asking questions. They probably are. But practice conversational skills. There's loads of YouTube channels. I think it's the great thing about YouTube. You can learn all that stuff for free. Right, let's line this in a bit more. Hey, Reese. How's it going, dude? I was thinking about you the other day. I was thinking, I haven't seen him for a while. How's it going with the little one? Poppy wants more kids as well. We'll be catching you up soon. Anyway, hopefully that waffle sandwich was helpful. I've been on the both sides of the table, interviewing and the interviewee. And the people that I hired not only had good work, but they were the ones that I was able to connect with. Got to be relaxed. Got to be personable, easy to chat to, make them feel comfortable. Just like pretend like you're having a chill conversation. Well, that's yeah, you can work on it. That's the great thing about it is even if you're introverted, like for most of my career, I would say I was very introverted and socially awkward. Like really. Oh dear, plenty of stories there. but you can work on it. This is a channel that helped me learn about a lot of things. Go and watch their back catalogue of videos. They're absolutely fantastic at breaking down psychology and different situations. You've been busy? Oh, good. Good stuff. Don't do it. She doesn't know who Darth Vader is. I know. Never going to hear the end of that, is she? She's. I can hear this faint. I've got headphones in. I can hear a faint giggle coming from the kitchen. um. Right. Have I just disconnected his nose thing? I think this has to come up here. Does that look good? It's so hard to know where to put the lines. Let's get a thicker. Let's line this in a bit more. It's actually going surprisingly okay, actually. I think, anyway. You might think it's awful, but let's just get a little bit more confidence in our line work. Speaking of confidence. And then we can refine it from there. This symmetry mode in Photoshop is amazing. If you're doing like a sketch that does have symmetry in it, it's just flipping gold. It's up here if you haven't seen it. There's loads of different types of symmetry. I've not even played around with it a lot. I don't use it much, but this sort of thing is perfect. Let's exaggerate those teeth, actually. Let's make those main gnashers. Let's get them a bit bigger. Yeah, there we go. Something like that. The nose is obviously going to be black, so let's just fill that in. A little bit more pointy. There we go. You have me at mascot. Have you done any more sort of mascot style stuff, Reese? I remember you did your is it Blue Monkey? That's flipping awesome. God, that was a long time ago, wasn't it? We reviewed that one. That was so cool. That's exactly the sort of thing that I don't do. It's just not my style. But you know, when you know the tools, like you do logos and you know the tools and software, my brain's like, well, maybe I can do it if I try and just put enough time into actually trying to do something that I don't normally do. I always feel like, you know, it's very easy to stay in your comfort zone. And I know because I've done it. But when you push yourself outside your comfort zone, whether it's design or life, you learn more. That's where the growth happens. And that's why I kind of like doing these lives and throwing myself out of my comfort zone because I've got no choice but to carry on. I can't stop this. So if it goes wrong, I'm screwed. I just got to deal with it. And I think if you watch them regularly, you know, a lot of the time it doesn't go too bad, does it? You know, we always figure it out in the end. Hey, Care. What is up? Right. Nice little smooth curve. This bit here, let's... We'll do a little bit there. We might need to turn off symmetry mode and make that less perfect for the middle bit. I'm going to curve this round. Just rub out some of these pencil marks as well. Let's get this in like this. Oh. What do we reckon, Andrea? What's the verdict? Good? Terrible? Yeah, there we go. Just a little boop. So we'll kind of taper that in a bit more. His mouth doesn't look very correct yet, and his open mouth here is connected to his furry thing, so that's wrong. So let's try and at least separate them. I don't know, would it have like something like that? It's got to make sense. Very good, Dad. Oh, thank you, Racco. Doing a puzzle to avoid cleaning. Nice. Blue Monkey was found, did a line for a local school. I've been playing with a few others, but not for clients last year. A lion. Ooh, I want to see that. You want to throw a visual of that into Discord, I wouldn't complain. I think it looks great. It looks good. Oh, excellent. I believe in you, Dan. Yes. We believe in you, Dan. Thank you. Do we need to add some more, like... He's, like, obviously snarling and screwing up his face. So I don't know if I need to add some more details like this. This is a very linear style at the minute as well, which is cool. I think we might need to connect it in the middle, actually. So you need to go higher. So we've got that one there. This one's going to go there. We're just going to slowly start to bridge this into the middle. Kind of want it to get smaller, so I'm going to have to start this one off a bit bigger, I think. Yeah, there we go. That's a bit better. And then this top one needs to go higher. So we'll start that. There we go. And then we'll go up. And we'll just come in. That's a bit better. I feel like this bit needs to follow some of the contours here. This is my other logo design brain kicking in. And maybe make this thinner. Ah, maybe adjust the tapering actually, so it tapers off a bit thinner here rather than all being the same width. Well, bloody hell, Dan, you've surprised yourself. Because if it was, I mean, if it was awful, I would I've got no problem saying it's awful. That's turned out better than I thought it would, actually. I look semi-competent. All right, let's get rid of some of the pencil work. Pencil lines and that. This is actually, we're sort of just... Obviously, this would have to be vectorized, which I think... Because I want to put so much emphasis on getting the actual... The sketching and the line work in the right place. And honestly, that's the bit I need the most help with, is getting this all done. Vectorizing it would be pretty straightforward in Illustrator, so we'll probably do that on another stream. In fact, I think vectorizing it, we could live trace it if we were lazy, but I will do it properly, which will be a really good pen tool lesson. Actually, this would be the perfect thing for teaching sort of how to pen tool properly. So we're just cleaning this up. We want to get it nice and clean before we think about jumping into Illustrator. Plus, this is really fun, actually. I love just sketching and doodling and pen tooling and... Not pen tooling, brush tooling. I know, and Raquel loves the brush tool. Favorite tool ever. I don't have one. I'm on a MacBook Pro. Yeah, I've heard some people say use the tilde key. There might be a shortcut on Mac, but I'm on a MacBook Pro, so it's like a very small keyboard. I don't have a tilde key. I've got I do have a like a Mac full size Mac keyboard. Maybe I should get that out. Maybe I should use that. Because yeah, that'd be so handy. I've got my fingers hovering over E for eraser and B for brush tool, so it's not too bad. Even though there's a flipping microphone in the way of my face, that's why I keep having to like look. Sometimes I'm pretty good at getting the right key. Anything standing out, looking weird? This looks a little bit droopy. Is there anything else that's better? Anything that you're looking at and going, that's weird, Dan? Oh, I wanted to go up. Yeah, I wanted to go up here, didn't I? Hey, Christopher. I love the symmetry tool, but always forget to turn it off. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Whoops. Lower teeth. Yes, they do look a bit weird, don't they? That's a good point. How are we going to do this? They do sort of curve up a little bit to match the contours of the mouth. Do we separate the... Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's better, actually, separating them a little bit like that. I think, actually, that one would be on top, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's better. Yeah, the big ones either side. I don't know what they're called. I'm not a teeth expert. Big gnashers. What about the top ones? Would they be curved as well? Yeah, I mean, I think I do want to make them bigger. Nice and big. And then maybe this part, I could follow the contours of the tooth. Or would it go the other way? Out here, maybe. You see what I mean? Yeah, so these teeth are in front of the side gums or whatever. It's just about getting everything in the right place. They feel too big now. Like removing one line and then adding another line in. Yeah, that's way too big. What are you doing, Dan? Saber-toothed wolf. More vertical. Nice. Okay, thank you. I got the Wacom pen toggle program for B and E to keep switching one-handed. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I just with the stylus I disable all the buttons because I've got this one here. This is like a right click. But because my thumb doesn't always rest there, I could do it. Maybe I could do that. Maybe I get used to it. I just find I've got my left hand here. I just find B and E super speedy. What's even easier, actually, and I could do this, is I could work with black and white. So you would be brushing white, but you can just use X. So you could draw and use black and white. I think I'm going to stick with the eraser tool, just so I've got transparency, but you could do that and just work black and white. Right, let's shape the nose a bit more. There we go. And that would have a little, would that have a little highlight on it? Would the highlight be there? Oh, it would. Yep, in the center, center, center. Do you see what I mean about using the different references? Whiskers as well. Do I want whiskers? Some have, some don't. Where would they be? Here. Don't know. Maybe for this type of design, I might leave the whiskers off. Or I could just add them at the end if I want to. I want to make the eyes bigger, actually. I think I might have made them a bit too small. Let's just try making it a bit bigger and see how it looks. Yeah, maybe a bit bigger, actually. Right, we're going to have to... We've broken the symmetry now, so we're going to have to copy that over. Get rid of the OGI. There we go. And then merge them all back, and then we're back in symmetry mode. Did you have a little... We'll keep that in there. I'm going to give the eyes special attention because they're so important. I think your top canine teeth will blend in when you thicken up the jaw lines. Oh yeah, of course, canine teeth. They're the big ones, aren't they? Thicken up the jawline. Okay. So do you think maybe we need to go through and do thicker line work across the whole thing? I usually execute it from scratch without tracing anything. You'll be able to adjust a lot in Illustrator when you vectorize it. Don't worry too much about it for now, I guess. Yeah, I think it should be. I should be fine. Love a good wolf boy. Have the brow come to the top of the eye. Oh, right, now I've got to interpret what you just said. Menacing and intense. Have the brow come to the top of the eye. this. Oh, sorry, I gotcha. Oh, I got you. I got you. Wow, I actually understood that. Here we go, like this, yeah? Something like that, or however it looked. We'll ski. I'm going to be teaching mostly with Adobe this year. Going to be focusing on just what I know best: Photoshop, Illustrator, and we might do some more After Effects. I I think I understood what you meant, Reese, but I think the eye needs to come in, doesn't it? I don't know if it's too far out. Also, I kind of want. I really want this to go like and just lead up a bit more, but I don't know if I'm doing that correctly. Would you connect that? Oh, you could do that, I suppose. Maybe. I got my first job as a designer, and they say focus less on details and more on the number of designs you make. um, I mean, I guess it depends who the job is and who the job is. That doesn't make any sense, Dan. What the job is and who it's for and the type of company. For me, I would be the opposite. I would say 100% focus on the details because it's actually the thing that a lot of designers miss. 90% of vehicle graphics I see are not good. And you could tell you exactly. I've actually thought about doing a series where I go out and find vehicle graphics and break it down. I don't know why. I'm not sure. Maybe there's lots of tradesmen just doing it themselves, but yeah, I think the secret ingredient to good design is obviously there's skill and experience, but time. 100% time. And rushing design work isn't going to necessarily enable someone to produce their best work, you know? I mean, yeah. I mean, you know, if you watch me, you know, I live in the details. But it depends where you work, you know. I um I used to work at a small print design company first 2 years of my career, and I had a lot of creative freedom. To be fair, there it was a lovely place to work. But obviously, they're mindful that you're a business and you've got to get things done. You can't spend like forever in a day doing something because it just isn't viable from a business point of view. So it's definitely a balancing act sometimes. I think we're going to separate this to really make the eyes. I think the eyes have got to come in. They're too far apart. I think for him to look menacing. I think for him to look menacing, 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 I think for him to look gotta bring him in, and then we're gonna. Does that make sense? Reese, help. I broke the symmetry again, haven't I? Okay, good. Symmetry's working again. Looks a little bit bear-like. I've developed an incurable obsession with details from Dan. Yes! Excellent. That's what we want. Spitting designs out is typical for junior designers. Senior guy told me it sped up my development. Not sure if it was true. I definitely think my best work has come from slow and methodical. Yeah, I know what you mean. I think as well, like, it depends on the person, I think. Some people do quite well under pressure. Some people do thrive under pressure. I think I do, if I'm honest. A little bit of a squeeze. Does make a difference. But I think it does depend on the person. He's not got any gums. Does he need some... Did you say something? Who's about that?
Sorry about all the noise.
Oh, no, it's fine. I got music. Poppy's apologizing to you all for being a noisy moose. Does he need a gum? Gum. Have I got any other? Yes, he needs a gum. He's not got any gums. Oh, oh no! Now I've got to do his teeth again. All right. Sorry, Wolfie. Silly Dan. Left out your gums. All right. Let's make sure I don't get this wrong. So we've got our teeth. Teeth are... Oh, yeah, they're curved as well. All right, we'll curve. We'll do some curve. But then the gum... All right. No, why does that look weird? Yeah. Well, the teeth, they sit seated in the... Oh, they're seated in the gums, aren't they? Oh, yeah. Okay. Right. I got it. I got it. So, sort of kind of seated. That one there. Why does that look weird? Yes, I feel like I've got the design in my head, but it doesn't flow through my hands. I feel like shit, and could you please tell me this? I would love your advice. How long have you been designing? You said you got your first job as a designer. I mean, first job as a designer. Don't beat yourself up. And honestly, don't feel like shit. You can't expect to be good as a junior designer just yet in your first design job. You can't just there's a lot of people that have been doing it for years that make it look easy, but that's because they've got so many years of experience. Like in the beginning, even coming up with ideas was tough. And I was like, I remember actually in that small print shop, sometimes coming up with ideas, and I was getting like just blanks. Just create complete full on textbook creative block. Just ideas were not coming. That becomes less of, at least I found it becomes less of an issue over time. I can't remember where I heard it, but you got to be the fool before you can be the master. I always love that saying. So just embrace being the fool, so to speak, and just learning. And if you watch me on any of these streams, you know, well, I mean, apart from the fact I am a fool, things don't always go according to plan, and it doesn't matter. It's how you deal with it that matters, and if you get, you know, a solid end result, you know. You know, I always get people comment on the videos, you know, you could have done that a better way. This isn't a professional thing. You just think, look, it doesn't matter. As long as you get a good result, as long as you get a good result and you're just prepared to get comfy and settle in and figure it out, that's all that matters. I don't know if there's something that feels off with the teeth. Yeah, I love that. Oh, I love that. You're living out your dream. Get lost in it. That's so good. I need to write that down somewhere. Tighter teeth. Gotcha. Aye, aye. Yeah, the bottom ones. You're right. The bottom ones are a lot tighter, aren't they? He definitely appreciates having gum surgery. I know. Let's start from the middle. So, yeah, I'll keep these. Maybe we'll do another one. A bit better. Oh, yeah. I haven't even mentioned the course. I'm so terrible at marketing myself. I should probably post a link. Dear. There we go. If anyone does want to learn Illustrator with me, I do Photoshop as well. I've got a course for Photoshop. And if you're a student and you've started doing anything like this, whether it's design or illustration, Photoshop, whatever it is, and you get stuck, honestly, just message me. Anyone who enrolls in one of my courses will always get my unwavering support. I think we're getting there with these flipping these gums. That's a bit better, I think. That feels better. I think little curves as well, like so it's sort of seated in the gums. I think that does make a difference, doesn't it? And just arch that a bit more. Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah, that definitely made a difference. What about the jaws? This bit here and this bit here. I've sort of done that as like the edge of the jaw, but oh, you two aren't any use. You've got no teeth out. Yeah, this one's like fully blacked out. So that is going to be the next version. I'm not sure here as well where I need to connect parts. Do I do this? Or does that make it? No, that doesn't make any sense, does it? This is the inside of his mouth. So you've got to close that off somehow. So maybe actually, maybe like that. That looks weird. I quite like the detailing here. We've got the sort of white patterny bit. I think that should look quite cool, and we can connect it up to the eyes. God, the nose looks too perfect compared to everything else. Caring about what you do is a gift and a curse. Sometimes you just need permission. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. You're very welcome. Yeah, honestly, join our community. We've got a Discord community that anyone can join on dansky.com. And if you are ever feeling like, a bit rubbish about it, or you want some advice or anything, we're all in there lurking.
We're all great.
We're all great. That's such a typical Sagittarius thing to say. We're great. I'm great. Yeah, we're all super supportive of each other in there. So honestly, come on in. We're all a bit bonkers as well, but it's kind of fun. Would that make more sense? Could we do more extra frown? Could we just add more frown lines? Let's make him keep frowning even more. Oh, actually, hang on. No, that doesn't make any flipping sense, does it? Does that make sense? Or do I make him go full, like I'm really angry, like ultra mega angry? Oh no! Oh god! Whoops! Quick, undo. That was awful. I don't know what I did there. Does that make any sense? I've like doubled up his eyebrow frown. I don't know wolf terminology. Yeah, sure. Why not? Derpy. Yeah, it was. It was a bit derpy, wasn't it? Oh.
Mr. White.
Oh crap! Are you a Saggy, Andrea? Are you a Saggy? Oh no, I forgot. Now I'm in trouble forever. Yeah. Amazing. Sagittarius are great. They are the best kind of thing in the world. They are better than multigrain seeded bread. They are better than a local pork sausage. Huh. Do you know what? I'll take that for what is, how long was that? Hour and a bit? He says with zero pressure. Yeah, he's just reading the card. Sagittarius are great. My brother is Sagittarius. Oh no, I've insulted the entire world. Any Scorpios? Hey, any Scorpios? Ta-da. No, just me. All right, catch you in a bit, Reese. Multi-grain bread. I don't know. It's the first thing that came into my head. You are alone, Dan. Thanks, Andrea. on one breath, she's like, "Oh yeah, we've got a super supportive, safe community. By the way, Dan, you're a loner." Savage. See what I mean about these Sagis? Oh, I forgot Carrie's a Sagi. Yeah, Carrie, baby. I'm terribly sorry about her, Carrie. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm starting to realize it's like you just. What was it I was saying about Sagittarius? You just insult half the chat. Oh dear. Quick, Dan. Walk it back. Walk it back. Oh dear, that's funny. That's tickled me, that has.
Good time.
Oh, okay, I got dinner now. Right. I'm pretty happy with that. The next thing I'm going to do, I'll show you the practice actually. This was the little bit of practice before the stream. So this was me just dipping my pinky in. So that was the quick scribble bit of practice. You can see I've gone for like the shadowing on the right. So I feel like that's pretty good. Still a bit bear-like. Maybe pointier ears, a bit more wolfy. Maybe we just slim his face down a bit. I don't know. But as a first crack, I'm pretty happy with that. And then that would be the goal, will be to try and... Oh no, symmetry mode's on. Try and do a shadow on the right-hand side. And that's going to be a lot harder. But might look kind of cool. And then it should end up, hopefully, with a logo that will work as like a one-color print. I see the pointy ears now. Let's have a look, yeah. Ah, they are more pointy, aren't they? I've given him bear ears. He's got little teddy bear ears. Dear. All right, we'll fix that while it's fresh in my brain. Yeah, there we go. Don't you worry, Wolfie. We'll sort you out. We'll sort you out a new set of ears. That's a bit better, isn't it? Yeah. Nice. Pointy. Could even straighten this bit even more, actually. And less of a curve here. And less of a curve here as well, actually. Let's just go and do it again. Just trying to give it like a little bit of a curve. And then this bit is a bit more straighter, which is going to just help sell the pointiness. That's better. What do you reckon, Pops? Yeah. She says with a mouthful of food. Well, yes, you're probably right. We do need details inside the ears. Oh yeah, they've all got detail. I don't want to add as much as these, but it needs a bit of fur or something. And I've got this line here, so we could do something like that. Or maybe this bit is a little bit tufty. I don't know. Yeah. No, that feels weird. Let's try it again. One little tuft, and then try and go all the way to the end. So that's all this is just refining the details. That looks a bit weird. More pointy and longer. Damn it, you're right, aren't you? You are all right.
Been there for ages.
Is that pointier? Yes, that is a little bit pointier. Okay. There we go. Slight curve, and then it sort of curves back down here. There we go. Wolfie boy. And then a little curve there. God, it's so hard. I think that's the thing with design as well. Like, this obviously is a bit more illustrative, but if you just are stuck on something, just keep going over it and keep trying something. Even if you think it won't work. Like, you never know. Like, half of this is just, I'm going to try that, move that line, change that. Oh, look, it looks all right. It's not like I've got any experience whatsoever drawing a wolf's face and fur. I'm just adding lines here. Yep, that looks cool. That looks weird. Trial and error. And then I'm going to save this. We'll call him version 1. Version 2. I'm just going to try adding some black inside the mouth, because I think that is probably going to be one of those areas that will be dark, like the nose, and I think that's going to make it, we'll be able to see how it looks. Just a little bit better. Yeah, that makes such a difference. Makes it easier for me to visualize it. Yeah, I don't think there's any other parts that would 100% be dark. But at least now I've sort of blacked that area, I can kind of go and refine some of these other bits. Yeah, that makes the gums make a little bit more sense now. Maybe this would come up a little bit. In fact, maybe this as well would come across a bit more. And then here, we're going to try bringing this in a lot tighter. No, Skip's gone. The eyes are too close. Oh, I mean, I moved them closer. But I might have actually, yeah, maybe I have ruined the eyes a bit now. I think this bit is a problem here.
I'll be able to tell you what's wrong.
Will you?
Yeah.
Well, go on then. I'm all ears.
Move your head.
Oh, hang on. I'm just adjusting. He's having eye surgery at the moment.
God. The eyes are way too close together.
That's what Raquel just said.
Really? I'm not looking at the chat. I can tell. It's awful. Call yourself a designer.
Shut up, troll. Oh, that's funny. You're going to have to do much harder than that if you want to get a rise out of me. Come on.
That's too symmetrical.
That is the style.
Okay.
Yeah, these sorts of logos front on are quite symmetrical. I think I bet Andrew's laughing now. Yeah, well, she's championing Poppy. Of course she is. Yeah, I think maybe with the little tuft on top, I might make that not symmetrical, or I might actually just make it intentionally perfectly symmetrical, which I think I might do actually. Yeah. What about if we puppet warped it? I mean that is going to ruin the symmetry, but yeah, we'll leave that alone. I think we'll leave that alone, and we'll carry on with that. I think at some point. Right, I got to go and have dinner now. Super quick one tonight. Thank you for stopping by. Got my Illustrator course and Photoshop course on Dansky.com. Also pinned at the top of the chat. If you would like to learn with me, and we have the Discord as well, where we're all absolutely barking mad. Yeah, thank you for all the help and the pointers and the tips. This has been really fun actually. That turned out okay. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. What about the tracing? Oh yeah, this whole thing needs more work. I will do this in Illustrator another time and vectorize it. But I want to make sure the design itself, I'm looking at it going, that is spot on. And it just needs a lot more time to get all the line work right. The vectorizing is going to be so quick and easy. But this part, I want to get every line in the right place and have it all looking correct first. So, right, catch you later, guys. Bye.